Okay guys, thanks for coming back to my channel to see another everyday vlog. Now today I got something a little bit different. I'm actually going to be working on my car, my Traverse. It needs brakes. They've been crying for us to be changed for the past few days. The passenger side needs a rotor, so I'm going to start over here on the driver's side, make sure I don't need a rotor there first, because I only got one rotor. So I think this side's good, so I'm going to do it first. So let's go. Okay, well, the wheel is off, so now it's time to check the rotor to see if this one is bad. Let's find out. That feels pretty good. Now for the back side, I'll check right here, if you can see that. That feels smooth too. It's okay, luckily enough, this rotor is still good, so I won't have to change it. I'll just use the same one and figure out what bolts are on here for the rotor, or for the caliper, and then we'll get the brakes switched. Okay, it turns out that it's just the caliper bolt there. It's just a regular 1/2-inch socket tool, so I don't have to get any special star or Allen type socket for it. I have those. I have a few that I've used in past brake jobs of my own, but this is just a regular 1/2-inch, so let's get this off too. Got the caliper off, and I got the bolts here and here. Just leave them on there. Now I've got to get these. Got to get these pads out of here. Okay, let's see how we do this. Got my screwdriver. I'm just gonna put it in here. Push it out against the, not toward the rotor, against it. Get these clips to release the brake pad. There we go. Now just do the same for the other side. Don't let the caliper fall. I don't want the caliper to be putting any I don't put any stress on that line there. About out at the top. There we go. Back one. That back one was the worst. Look at that. Now on this one, I'm not changing the rotor, so I don't have to take this thing off, because I'm not changing the rotor. So let's get to going. Now I got to take these clips off, and then put the new brakes in here, squish the caliper, and get all put back together. So right now I'm just going to get these clips out, and I'll start working on getting that caliper compressed. Alright guys, I got the caliper plungers pressed down. Now I just used a wrench and pushed down on them. Just got to be careful not to do any damage to the rubber here, or a lot of damage to this thing. I did nick that a little bit, but I think it'll be okay. I don't know why all this rubber piece didn't go in, but anyway, now it's time to put the new brake shoes on and see what they look like. Okay, what we got here are 2 sets of brake pads, two fronts and 2 backs, and we got 4 clips. My parts came from Advanced Auto, and those things are going to go right in there, right in this area. Okay, now that took a while, 14 seconds in your time, but probably about 20 minutes in mine. But they're tight. Now goes the caliper. There you go. First set of brake pads are on there, and I had to push this piece here in order for the bolt to go on. But it's all done. This side I just got to put the wheel on. You don't need to see that. Then when I get over there to that side, I'll do the work over there. Then I'll show you what the rotor looks like when I'm done taking it off. Then one thing I just want to say about changing tires. When you are changing or taking the tires off, I don't think it matters much what order you do the lug nuts, but you got to pay attention when you put them back on. So you want to go diagonal of your lug nuts. Like if you start here, go here, then go here, then go here, then go here, then go here, or something like that. Just keep tightening, I kind of just finger tight it first, and then I'll move the tire around until they can get the tightness on them, and then I'll use my tire wrench, whatever you got, that came with the car, and then I'll get it, then I'll tighten them down. I'll just go, diagonal like I did, and then go one more time around. Now after you're done doing the work yourself, take it to a garage and ask them to check the torque on them, because whenever I go to my garage that does my work, they always tell me to come back after 50 miles and they'll check the torque. So I never really paid much attention about doing that, but just I would do it sometimes, not all the time. But just last week I was up here going to Mannington, and there was a guy walking around, two guys and a kid looking around for lug nuts, because the guy's wheel had fallen off of his looked like it was a Ford Explorer. So it fell off and was the tires laying in the road, trucks down on one side, and they're looking for lug nuts. So be careful, just make sure you get your lug nuts torqued to the right, whatever your specifications are, before you go on any long trips especially. Okay guys, I have the bolts out for the caliper. I can take that out right now, but I just wanted to show you what I'm doing now is taking this top bolt right here. There's one here, there's one on the bottom. It is a 13/16 socket. Fits tightly on the top and the bottom. Now, these are the kind of bolts that I get a little bit afraid to take out sometimes, because I'm afraid of breaking mostly my socket, which has happened before. They get tight. Now, I put some PB Blaster on there. It's a lubricant or bolt loosener lubricant, and I put that on the top and bottom, and I'm going to use a homemade breaker bar by attaching another wrench onto this one. So let's see how that goes. Well, my first attempt at a breaker bar failed. What happened to my wrench? So I went and got another one. Let's try this again. So I got the top bolt out right there. That went here. Now I just have to get this one out at the bottom. See how it's just falling down? Look at that. That's my caliper or brake harness, whatever you call them, what that's called, but there it is. It's out. Whoo-wee. Now let's check out this rotor. Put this thing up so it doesn't fall and break. Hold on. After beating this thing up for a while, trying to figure out why it won't come off, I had my sledgehammer out here beating on it, wouldn't come off, wouldn't break loose. I realized there's this little bolt, takes a star nut or socket or whatever you want to call it, and it went in right there. Took that out, and voila, there you go. Rotor's off. Now take a look at this rotor. You see all those grooves? Yeah, that was nasty. That's what it looked like. That's what the back of it looks like. This is what the rear brake looked like. So that was definitely the problem. It was time for brakes for sure. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and put all this back together. You don't need to see that. It's the same thing as the opposite of taking it off. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this back together, and then we'll take it for a test drive. Just make sure we don't hear any noises and stuff. Oh, I want to tell you. one thing I did learn from all different times of me changing brakes on the cars, it's a good idea to release the brake fluid cap off of the filler area there, because it releases pressure off the lines. At least it works for me, because I've tried to push that caliper in before, and it just didn't work for me. And it took the cap off of the brake fluid, came right off, or it sank down, you know, pushed down like it's supposed to. So I'm gonna put this back together, and then we'll go for a test drive. Okay guys, everything's put together. Both tires are on. They're tightened down. Now it's time for me to go uptown, take a little test drive and a little short run around up in town. So let's go make sure this thing's not making any noise. Now, I was hearing a grinding noise once I got to the point where I had to put on my brakes. So every time the brakes would go down, I would hear grinding. Let's see. Ah, there we go. No grinding. Oh! Well guys, I was able to get in 3 miles today. And let me show you this nice little new rotor looks like. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Now, I did the back brakes, it's been about a month or so ago, and check this out. Look, disc brakes on the back too. But I took it for the test drive, like we did up there. No noises on the way home, nothing. So I think we're good. And I just want to let you guys know that's it for today's vlog. So hope you enjoyed how to change brakes on a 2014 Traverse. If you did like the video, drop me a comment. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And you'll see me tomorrow on another everyday vlog.